Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm counting down the top 10 best games you need to play right now on Nintendo Switch 2. These aren't just ports we're talking about, mind-blowing experiences that really showcase what this console can do. Let's jump right in. Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade delivers a refined action RPG experience that blends real-time combat with strategic depth through its ATB system, encouraging players to actively switch characters, chain abilities, and exploit enemy weaknesses instead of relying on simple button mashing. The Materia customization system adds strong build variety, letting you tailor magic, buffs, and combat roles to fit different playstyles, while the stagger mechanic rewards smart pressure and timing during battles. Exploration moves through detailed, semi-linear environments filled with side content and character-driven moments that expand the world without breaking pacing. Narratively, the game reimagines the Midgar arc with deeper character focus, richer dialogue, and cinematic presentation that enhances emotional impact while staying faithful to the original tone. Performance-wise, Intergrade is known for smoother frame pacing, improved lighting, higher quality textures, and faster loading, with performance modes typically prioritizing either visual fidelity or smoother 60 frames per second gameplay, while optimized versions on newer hardware aim to maintain stable performance using resolution scaling and enhanced asset streaming to keep combat fluid and environments immersive. Mario Kart World builds on the series' signature arcade racing by expanding the formula into a more connected and dynamic experience, while preserving the tight drifting, item strategy, and boost-focused gameplay fans expect. Races take place across larger, more seamless tracks that encourage exploration, with players able to go off-road, discover shortcuts, and adapt their routes in real time, rather than simply following a fixed circuit. New mechanics such as charge jumps, rail grinding, wall riding, and a rewind feature add extra depth to movement and skill expression, making each race feel more reactive and less predictable. The game focuses less on story and more on competition, progression, and multiplayer chaos, offering modes that range from traditional cups to continuous race formats and free roaming with friends in a vibrant world. From a performance standpoint, it is designed to run with smooth frame pacing and fast loading, targeting stable 60 frames per second gameplay with sharp visuals through resolution scaling, ensuring fluid races and responsive controls even during large, hectic matches. Dragon Quest VII Reimagined modernizes the classic turn-based JRPG formula while staying faithful to its strategic roots, featuring faster, menu-driven combat, adjustable battle speed, visible enemies, and auto-battle options that reduce unnecessary grinding without removing tactical depth. A standout system is the expanded vocation mechanics, including the moonlighting feature that allows characters to equip dual vocations, mixing skills, spells, and passive bonuses to create flexible party builds and long-term progression variety. Exploration follows a structured yet engaging loop centered around discovering lost lands through time travel, with updated pacing, smoother navigation, and detailed diorama-style environments that make each region feel distinct and alive. The story focuses on restoring forgotten continents and uncovering the mystery behind a fractured world, delivering an episodic narrative with strong world-building and character moments while avoiding heavy spoilers. Performance-wise, the game runs smoothly with stable frame rates, fast loading, and consistent frame pacing, supported by enhanced lighting, improved asset streaming, and optimized visuals that maintain clarity and responsiveness both in exploration and combat.
Here!
Octopath Traveler 0 builds upon the series' signature HD 2D formula with a refined turn-based combat system centered around the break and boost mechanics, rewarding players who carefully exploit enemy weaknesses and manage turn economy for maximum damage. Battles introduce greater tactical flexibility through expanded party formations, allowing front and backline swapping mid-fight to adapt strategies and maintain momentum. Beyond combat, the game deepens progression with a town-building system where recruited companions contribute to developing a growing home base, adding a management layer that complements exploration and character growth. The story takes a more unified narrative approach set in Orstera, featuring a customizable central hero and a darker, more cohesive storyline with richer world-building and interconnected character arcs, while maintaining the series' emotional tone. Performance-wise, the game runs smoothly on modern hardware, with fast loading, stable frame pacing, and fluid animations, targeting high frame rates with upgraded HD 2D visuals, improved textures, and enhanced asset streaming that keep exploration and battles consistently responsive even during larger encounters.
What should I do? Be strong! Press the attack!
Trails in the Sky First Chapter delivers a modernized take on a classic JRPG structure by combining seamless exploration with strategic turn-based combat that emphasizes positioning, turn order, and tactical skill usage rather than pure speed. The Orbiment system remains a core mechanic, allowing deep customization through quartz that modify spells, abilities, and stat growth, encouraging thoughtful party builds and long-term progression. Exploration follows a structured, chapter-driven loop filled with side requests, city traversal, and gradual world expansion, creating a steady sense of adventure and immersion. The story centers on a character-driven journey across the Liberal Kingdom, focusing on relationships, personal growth, and slow-burn world-building that naturally builds narrative depth without relying on constant high-stakes moments. Performance on modern hardware is generally smooth, with fast loading, stable frame pacing, higher resolution visuals, and improved textures, while enhanced asset streaming and refined UI contribute to responsive gameplay, even if occasional minor frame pacing dips can appear in more demanding areas.
Monsters could be trouble.
I'll be your opponent.
Dragon Quest I and II HD 2D Remake modernizes two classic JRPG adventures while preserving their traditional turn-based combat and strategic pacing. Battles remain menu-driven, focusing on spells, abilities, and resource management, but are enhanced with quality-of-life improvements such as faster battle speed, auto-battle options, improved UI, and more balanced progression that reduces unnecessary grinding. The remake expands mechanics with multi-enemy encounters, additional abilities, and refined growth systems that make character development feel more dynamic across both journeys. Exploration follows a classic overworld structure across towns, dungeons, and kingdoms, now supported by smoother navigation, clearer objectives, and added side content that enriches the adventure without disrupting its original design philosophy. The story centers on heroes connected to the Erdrick legacy, delivering a classic fantasy narrative with expanded lore and deeper world building, while maintaining a timeless tone. Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition delivers a massive first-person open-world RPG experience built around player freedom, blending gunplay, stealth, hacking, and deep character customization through skills, perks, cyberware, and weapon builds that support multiple playstyles. Missions can be approached in different ways, whether through combat, stealth infiltration, or net running with quick hacks, while side quests, gigs, and open-world exploration across Night City create a dense and immersive gameplay loop. The story follows a mercenary navigating corporate conflicts, personal identity, and survival in a dystopian metropolis, with branching choices and character-driven storytelling that adds strong narrative depth without relying on a linear structure. On Switch 2, the game is heavily optimized for portable hardware, offering a quality mode targeting around 30 frames per second with higher visual fidelity, and a performance mode aiming for roughly 40 frames per second using dynamic resolution scaling, typically around 1080p in handheld and higher reconstructed resolution when docked, alongside fast loading, stable frame pacing, and responsive controls despite the scale and density of the open world. Hades 2 builds on the fast-paced roguelike formula with fluid hack-and-slash combat that blends melee attacks, magic, and god-given boons to create highly customizable builds each run. Players control Malinoe, progressing through branching regions filled with varied enemies, upgrades, and dynamic encounters, while a hub-based progression system allows crafting, incantations, and permanent enhancements that make every attempt feel meaningful. The gameplay emphasizes responsiveness, mobility, and strategic ability synergy rather than simple repetition, encouraging experimentation with weapons, spells, and playstyles. Storytelling unfolds gradually through repeated runs and character interactions, delivering a darker, mythological narrative that expands through dialogue, relationships, and evolving world building instead of a linear structure. On Switch 2, the game is exceptionally well optimized, targeting up to 120 frames per second at 1080p in docked mode and around 60 frames per second at 1080p in handheld, with fast loading, stable frame pacing, smooth animations, and highly responsive controls that keep combat fast, clear, and consistently fluid, even during intense encounters. Hollow Knight Silksong is a fast-paced 2D Metroidvania that emphasizes precision combat, fluid mobility, and deep exploration across a vast interconnected world. Playing as Hornet, the gameplay feels more agile and aggressive, featuring acrobatic movement, aerial attacks, grappling traversal, wall climbing, and vertical mobility that significantly expand platforming and combat depth. The core loop revolves around exploring new regions, defeating challenging enemies and bosses, unlocking abilities, and customizing builds through tools, crests, and silk-based skills that reward skillful and offensive playstyles. Storytelling is delivered through environmental lore, character interactions, and subtle world building, following Hornet's journey through a mysterious kingdom filled with secrets and evolving encounters, rather than a heavily linear narrative. On Switch 2, the game is highly optimized, offering extremely smooth performance with stable frame pacing, fast loading, and responsive controls, targeting high frame rates up to 120 frames per second in TV mode with dynamic resolution scaling, while maintaining sharp visuals around 1080p in most gameplay scenarios for consistently fluid exploration and combat. Donkey Kong Bananza is a sandbox-style 3D platformer built around large, layered environments where destruction and interaction are core to gameplay, rather than just visual effects. Players can smash, dig, throw, and reshape terrain to uncover secrets, solve puzzles, and create new paths, making exploration feel dynamic and constantly evolving. The progression system revolves around collecting Banandium gems to unlock upgrades and new abilities, while transformations expand traversal with skills like gliding, enhanced mobility, and stronger combat options. The adventure focuses on exploration-driven storytelling, as Donkey Kong travels through a vast underground world alongside Pauline, with narrative elements unfolding through discovery, environments, and character moments, rather than heavy dialogue. On Switch 2, the game is designed to leverage the hardware's power, generally targeting a stable 60 frames per second with fast loading and smooth animations, typically rendering around 1080p with dynamic resolution scaling, though minor frame dips can occur during heavy destruction sequences due to the complex physics and environmental systems. So there you have it, my top 10 Switch 2 games that you absolutely need to check out. Every single one of these brings something special to the table and really shows off what this console can do. Let me know in the comments which games you're playing, and if I missed any that deserve to be on this list. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button and subscribe for more gaming content. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.